I know that many people are still very skeptical about Solana. It is something new. It became popular in 2021, and especially those of you who are into Bitcoin and Ethereum, it is really hard to switch sides and put some money into a new project, a new blockchain. And I can tell you that I have felt the same way at the beginning of 2021 because most of my portfolio is into Bitcoin and Ethereum. But looking at the last 3-4 months, Solana NFT Marketplace got really huge trading volume, and this is a proof that a lot of people are looking into the NFT projects on the Solana marketplace. And in today's video I will share with you how to find Solana NFT projects. And I receive a lot of questions if it is better to trade NFTs on the Ethereum blockchain or is it better on the Solana NFT marketplace. And that is absolutely a personal choice, but what I will share with you right now is how I compare at any moment if Ethereum is stronger compared to the Solana token, or it is just the opposite. So if I open Binance, for example, and please don't take any of the information as a financial advice. I'm not a professional financial advisor, so you have to take your own decisions and do your own diligence. And it's up to you how you will use the information in that video. So as a trader, I always like to compare different tokens looking at the pairs. And for example, if I want to compare Solana versus Ethereum, I will just look for the SolETH pair. And you will see that on a daily chart, we have information since October on Binance, but here we can see that it goes pretty much sideways, okay? None of the two is stronger than the other, meaning that they're almost equal. Okay, recently we see a little bit more Ethereum strength, but the whole crypto market's been negative and Sol dropped because of those DDoS attacks and some issues with the small number of servers they have, but probably that's a thing that they will fix. But in general, if you look at the pair SolETH and the price goes down, this means that the Ethereum is stronger than Solana, and if it goes up, it means that Solana is stronger than Ethereum. Same thing if you compare Ethereum versus Bitcoin. You will see that recently Ethereum has been the better choice if you are looking for longer term investment, and before that, from September until mid-October, it was the better thing to invest in Bitcoin. So as a trader, I always like to look at those pairs and see which one of the two at the current moment is more interesting for the investors. So why I'm looking at the token itself is because if you want to participate on the Solana NFT marketplace, you will need some SOL tokens. And SOL gained a lot of traction and it increased in value a lot, which means that at any point you need to know where Solana token is. And if you look at the Solana marketplace or you visit the solanart.io website, you will see that there are plenty of collections. There are actually hundreds of collections, and you will find a lot of videos talking about how to get started, how to connect the wallet, and everything which is super basic. But the hard thing comes to the question how to find Solana NFT projects that have the potential in the long term, no matter if you want to flip them or you want to invest into them. And I have recorded videos about flipping and investing. I will drop them in the description below, but in this video I will actually share with you how to find Solana NFT projects looking at their performance. And if we click on stats, for example, you will see that we have some trading volume for the last 7 days and the last 24 hours. And we can see what dollar value was traded, what is the floor price, this is the minimum price in the collection. And it looks like we have a lot of information, but not really. The statistics that are available on the website are not really enough to make a clear conclusion which is the best Solana NFT project to invest into. And before I show you how to find Solana NFT on the Solana NFT Marketplace, I have to say thank you for watching my video, and if you have found it useful, I'll be super happy if you just click on the like button and subscribe to my channel, because it is excellent for the YouTube algorithm. It will push my videos to a brand new audience, and if they do the same, it will be just awesome. So thank you for watching, and a huge thank you to the sponsor of today's video, Nekoverse, but more on that later. Now, the first thing you need to do if you are a complete beginner is to select a wallet. Keep in mind that MetaMask is not supported on Solana, so you have plenty of options. I've been using Phantom, but don't take it as a recommendation. You can use any of the others. They all work pretty similarly to MetaMask, and if I just paste my password and unlock, you will see that right here I have 0.05 SOL at the moment, and if I go to my personal page, you will see that I have one NFT into the wallet, and this wallet is for demonstrational purposes in my videos. So here is my wallet address. If I want to send SOL tokens, I just need to copy that address and use it on my Binance account or any others if I want to send SOL tokens. Okay, simple as that. Now, if I go back to the collections one more time, you will see dozens or even hundreds of them. So how to find Solana NFT projects that are promising? You have to keep in mind that there is never guarantee on the NFT space. Even a project is performing well until the moment, there is no guarantee that this project will not collapse in time and it will lose the community. Just very similar to what happened with the SolPunks. And if I click on them, you will see that this is a collection that looks pretty similar to the CryptoPunks that we know from OpenSea, but actually the prices decreased quite significantly. And you can see that, for example, this CryptoPunk was last bought at 12.25 and now it sits at 5 SOL, okay? And many of the others have the same story, 15 to 5.6, 11.5 to 5.7, or what that means is that the last transaction was for 11.5 SOL and the current price is 5.7. Before that it was 13.9, so it's actually depreciating in value instead of increasing in value, right? You don't want to get into such a project where the NFTs are decreasing in value. You need to look for the ones that are increasing. And we usually see the last 7 days, which might be quite tricky. For example, because the SolPunks have 2% on the positive side for the last 24 hours, and they have negative 24 for the volume in the last 24 hours. But even the two are positive, for example, the Sol checks, you cannot really see what happened in the long term, what happened in the last 2-3 months. Was the project actually successful or not? This is why I will click on this icon at the end of the line, and you will see that here we have some more information for some of the projects, not all of them. But here we can see, for example, in 3 months time, starting from September, that in November there was a pretty nice boom, and then we had a decline at the beginning of December, another boom, and now it is declining again. So if you're getting at this point, you might make some quick money from flipping NFTs from the project, but if you get in a point where we are right now, you might get stuck with NFTs and not be able to resell them on a high price compared to the price you paid. So as you can guess, it's a lot of work to go through the different collections and look for the projects that are increasing in value. And at the end of this video, I will give you some projects that are actually increasing in the last few months. But before doing that, I have to say thank you to the sponsor of today's video, Nekoverse. And as you can guess from the name, that is a metaverse project, and as you know, I just love those because they are so much more than a simple JPEG. There is a game, there is a battle, there is a community-driven project, and that is what everyone has been looking for recently. With Nekoverse, players can basically choose how they want to play. Nekoverse offers battling, world exploration, and item crafting as core gameplay. They introduced the concept of a decentralized open economy to the players by engineering a player-led economy. The idea is to create a metaverse in which every resource or item is created by the players, and the entire economy is driven by player-to-player transactions of these assets. The decentralized open economy model creates a variety of earning paths, battling rewards, crafting items, selling items, compared to linear earning gameplay from only battling that would very quickly become repetitive and boring. You can find the Nekoverse collection on solc.io, and you can see that the floor price is already 1.4 Sol, which is pretty decent. But if I join their Twitter, you will see that on the 26th of December we expect the public mint, so it's always best to get an NFT on the minting date and not on the aftermarket. If you wish to be part of the community, you can join their Discord group. This is where you can ask questions and follow along with this metaverse project. So thank you guys so much for that, and with that said, let's go back to the video. Now, what I said a little bit earlier is that you want to join into the projects that are increasing in value over time. And SolPunks unfortunately lost some traction, and I guess the community is not really happy from what they have seen with the project so far, and their floor price just dropped. Just in August, the floor price was about 8 Sol, and in August Solana was trading at about $75, so this would be about $600. In other words, the minimum price that we were able to buy SolPunks back in August was $600. Now, at the current moment, the floor price is $465 and Solana trades at $180, which means that we have a little bit of decrease in a dollar value, but this is nothing really significant, and I will tell you why. Let me click on the Degenerate Ape Academy. This is a collection that was inspired by the Bored Ape Yacht Club that you might know from the OpenSea or the Ethereum blockchain. And here you can see what is the difference. The floor price is 30 Sol. In other words, you can buy an NFT for a minimum of 30 Sol. And to continue my example, in August, the floor price of this collection was 7 Sol, and as I said, at this time the price was about $75, which is $525. Now the floor price is 30 Sol, and Solana trades at 180 at the moment, and this makes a floor price of about $5,400. Do you see the difference? It increased significantly in time, and no matter which NFT you have bought previously, you've made money. Obviously, if you have done that, honestly, I have missed it, but it was just great to observe it on the side and follow along how these NFTs are just growing in value, okay? These are the type of collections where you want to join. And if I just go back and I arrange the collections according to the floor price, or in other words, I want to see the collections that have the highest minimum price in the collection, you will see that the Degenerate Ape Academy sits on the 3rd spot, which is huge, okay? 3rd spot with a market cap of $104 million is a huge thing on Solana. This is why at the beginning I said that many underestimate Solana NFT Marketplace, but when we look at the market caps and the trading volume, it is huge. Okay, it is already a marketplace where we see a lot of trading. And actually, if I go back to this chart that I showed previously, you can see here the average price, the number of sales, and there are these booms where the average price just increased but overall it looks like decreasing. But as I said, the floor price actually increased over 4 times. So when you like a project, you better track it on a spreadsheet or something where you can monitor the floor price in the long term. And I'm preparing such a spreadsheet, but it's not yet ready. And as soon as I'm ready with the final version, I will definitely share it in some of my videos. Another interesting project is the Babe Ape Social Club. And if I click on it, you will see that I have a floor price of 12 Sol, which is a little bit cheaper, depends on what your budget is. But one more time, don't take any of those as a suggestion. And I want to show you one more project that I've been following, and I have been flipping a few NFTs. These are the Meta Homes, which are right in here, 67th spot according to the market cap. As I've mentioned, I really enjoy the Metaverse projects, just like the Nekoverse, where we have game as well. And I personally think that most of the Metaverse projects will do pretty well. And if I just go back and look for the Tower project, it is another Metaverse. Oh, this is the NFT that I have currently into my wallet as I have demonstrated it. So one more time, I'm really interested in all Metaverse projects. The ones that have games and play to earn option are preferable, just like the Nekoverse that I have shown to you in this video. So be very careful when you're choosing your NFTs on the Solana NFT Marketplace. We are all brand new to this exciting new place to trade NFTs. I'll be super happy if you smash the like button of that video. I will see you in the next, and you take care.